Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. What do you suppose our project is today? Has to do with this super glue. And see this? I'm going to try this time. This is Gorilla super glue, but it's the gel. Now they have this in regular super glue and the gel. Sometimes the gel works better depending what you need to do. See this here? I'm going to try to glue these back to this chair. Look at this. Now first off, if you have to go to a store to get a new dinette set, don't get chairs with the back with some little skimpy side back pieces like this. They're too flexible and they snap off. And that's what's happened here. Two of those have snapped off right there. And here we got 4 chairs here total. And 2 of the chairs are still fine, but look at this one here. Kaboom. Oh, this is just so maddening. Look, here's one here. This thing has snapped off. This one here, and this one's missing. And I hope I can find that. And I think I know where it is. That one snapped off a long time ago. And I'm thinking it's in here. I think my mother put it in here. And sure enough, here it is. So I've got 4 of these to fix. And I'm going to do that really quick. So if you want to learn how to do that, stick around. Now, first and foremost, you can get this in smaller containers, but I like this. It's kind of a big container, and for super glue gel, it tells you to shake the bottle. You've got to shake this up and then turn it upside down and kind of do this business to get the glue down into the nozzle. And see, it's a big container, and that's what I like. I've already used this once before with something else, and then the gel kind of comes back down. But if any gets back in there, and I've already checked, the hole is still open. And if anything gets clogged in there, you could take a very small, tiny drill bit and on a drill and just drill that open, because that's the last thing that happens when you use super glue. When's the last time you used a small little tube of super glue, and after you used it once, you thought you were going to save it, and then the next time you use it, you had to throw it away? Well, not with this. You buy a big enough container like this, and you'll be good to go. Now, you know, the first thing to do, we're not going to glue anything first. We're just going to take these, we're going to do a little mock test. Figure out exactly how we're going to do this. We're going to mimic the idea that we're going to put glue on here, because you don't want to put glue in there and then find out that you're going to have to shave off some or position it in such a manner to where you've got to trim off a little bit of it or something like that. Now that one seems to fit pretty good. And so I can kind of practice with this. I could put some glue up here at the top too, but my main concern is right here, especially if this snaps off another time. I want to make sure I can get this back out. So I can kind of hold it up there and act as though I've got glue on here and see if I can do it in such a manner where I'm not going to get it all over the place. And it looks like that's going to work. This one's cut all jagged, and so again, I want to hold it up there and see if I can wedge it down in there and try to get all the shavings out of it. And it looks like I'm going to be okay. And what I might want to do is put some little rubber gloves on, because I have a feeling some of it's going to spooge out and I'm going to have to hold it. And the last thing you want to do is get that crazy glue, the super glue gel, all over the place, you know. Then you're picking off your skin for days afterwards. Okay, I think I got a game plan with these two. Let me get some little rubber gloves and let's do it. Now my mother got these gloves somewhere. I don't know where she got them, but you can buy them in a 50-pack or something like that. They're kind of handy to have around when you're cleaning stuff, painting stuff, and just doing stuff kind of like what I'm going to do today. Now on the seat cover, if you want to put something over it, you can. I'm going to feel like I'm going to be pretty brave about this. Because it's the gel, the super glue gel, I should be okay with this. Okay, so I want to kind of shake it to get the glue gel down there. I'm just going to kind of pack this on in there. And that's what I like about the gel. It's not going to run all over the place. You know what I mean? I can also put some on this little tip. Now it says to put it just on one side, but I'm choosing to put it on both sides because it's on this wood and I don't really have to hold it together per se. You know, when I'm doing this, because the gravity is going to hold it together once I get it in place. I have to kind of hold it there, and because I got my gloves, I can wipe off any excess, you know. You might want to count to 30. Or such. And on some types of super glue, you got to buy the right stuff at the store, because there's another type that you have to let dry for like 30 minutes or so. I even saw one of these. Now this is supposed to bond in 10 seconds. They say that, and I never believe them, you know, for anything. But I've got it held there. I think it's going to be okay. Now you could, I'm just going to kind of watch that. So I can kind of push tight on it and hold that for another 30 seconds or whatever. So kind of look at your project, see what you have to do. But like I say, there's some other Gorilla Glue, and even if you're using a different type, you know, super glue, crazy glue, whatever type brand that you have, sometimes you can get other types that like for instance, this Gorilla Glue, they've got something like this. It almost looks the same. If you're not reading it, you have to be careful, because on the directions for that, it tells you to spray water on the actual wood before you apply the Gorilla Glue on it, and then you've got to let it wait for like 30 minutes once you bond it together, and then any excess dries white. Well, this stuff is not going to dry white, it's going to dry clear. And I'm glad I read the directions on it, because I almost got the wrong one. Both little containers look just about the same at the store, and you look real close and you want to get the gel for what I'm doing on this particular project. Okay, that's the stuff.